high school, and this is the second semifinal game in the high school bracket for the Ballin for Bogacki fundraiser tournament that we're doing here in Beaver County. We have over 62 teams from all divisions that are playing tournament ball here in a beautiful day. It's couldn't ask for a better day. It's 80 degrees and sunny, nice breeze, and we're raising money for the Bogacki family. And if you don't know about this, they had their family was in a tragic accident that took the life of the father and two of the children. And the one survivor of the accident was the youngest of the family, and who was a softball player, and her mom. And Beaver County, we did a lot. We joined the community, got together, and did a lot of different things to help raise money for this family, and this is one of them. So this was also pulled together by USA Softball of Pennsylvania, and this is the second semifinal game today here in the high school bracket. It's between Riverside and Newcastle. Riverside is the only Beaver County team left in the high school bracket, and there's a pop-up, and that's going to be an out. First pitch pops up the bunt, and nice play by the catcher. Newcastle, I think they finished with the number 1 seed, so they have a pretty decent team. In the game before this one, the other semifinal game went into, well, it didn't go into extra innings. It went into the tiebreaker rule because of the time limit. And that batter got hit. Drilled her right in the number. That hurts. Okay, so we have a runner on first base. She's trying to shake that one off. We are live. Oh, in the first game, Seneca Valley ended up winning in a walk-off, and Mohawk gave them everything they could take. It was a real good game. It was actually kind of boring the first 5 innings until they started doing the international tiebreaker, because the offense just was not there with those two pitchers. There's a called strike. Batting now for Riverside is number 13, Ewing. Pitching for Newcastle is number 14, Hood. She's a 2025, so that makes her a senior this year. So she's a rising senior. They have their birth years on the game changer thing, so it makes it pretty easy. You just don't know their first names because they just give you the initial. So Hood, she looks like she's going to Cleveland State. Okay. So my daughter will play her. That's in the same Horizon League that Macy plays in. Call strike 3. So that'll be 2 outs. Cleveland State, they have a really good pitcher right now, and I think she's coming back. I think she'll be a senior this coming year, so she has one more year of eligibility. She's a really good pitcher. I need to mute my phone. My wife's watering her flowers, so that camera will go off for hours. So this is Ava Cummings, number 1 for Riverside batting. There's a ball in play, and that's going to fall for a hit. So Riverside will have runners on first and second and 2 outs. Foul ball. Game changer here is a little late. I'm not sure who's batting now for Riverside. Game changer still thinks Ava's batting. Missed high. There are 2 outs. A couple base runners here. Start the inning off. Foul ball. So wait a minute now. So that was a foul. That was not a hit. I thought it was a hit. So we still have... Is this Ava Cummings still up? Totally lost right now. I think she is. That's why Game Changer hasn't updated, because it's still Ava Cummings batting. There's a runner on first, not first and second. And she's battling right now. I thought she had a hit behind third, and I thought it fell. But it did not. Foul ball. That's ball 4. Bases. First and second. Not bases loaded. So now we have runners on first and second now. No 2 outs. I'll catch up eventually. Thank goodness for Game Changer, because I'd be lost without it. So this is 0-0. The other Cummings, there's sisters on the team, and mom is the head coach. Called strike on that first pitch in the inside corner. Bases are loaded. No, they aren't. First and second. I think I said that already. That's a hard hit there. Third gets it. Throw to first. In time. They get out of it. So the players know what they're doing. I'm confused a little bit, but it is what it is. We'll be back with the bottom of the first. Right, so most of my communication is on Facebook, so I want to kind of expand outside of Facebook. So doing that, I'm going to have this newsletter. So if you're interested in a monthly newsletter, it'll be everything about softball in and around Beaver County. So if you're interested, sign up for it, and you will get a monthly newsletter that hopefully has some interesting information in it. Well, but and I'll start that next spring. I'll start it out. So, oh no, actually, no, we have newsletters going out now. So there was one in September that went out, and now we'll have another one coming here in October. So I lied when I said we were going to start next year. I forgot that we were releasing them already. Okay, so batting for Newcastle is number 30. Another tricky last name. Stalkzinski. We have Fryer about pitching. She's, I think she's young. Is she freshman? Sophomore maybe? Nice hit up the middle. I didn't instant replay quick enough. All right, so we have a runner on first base. Batting now is number 5, Mangery. We'll see if this base runner steals here. There she goes. And she's going to be up easy. Usually your leadoff batters are pretty quick. Now we'll see how fast she is, because if she's quick, she'll steal third. If not, then she'll stick around second. And they're not going to steal her. Stealing third is not easy to do. Just because it's closer to the home plate, so the throw isn't as difficult as the throw out to second. That's a hit. That's going to fall. It's going to score a run there. And she's going to go 3. And she's safe. Good hustle there. That's why it's important that, especially in softball, most players are not going to be able to throw runners out at home. So in most cases, as an outfielder, you want to keep that runner off second base. It was a foul tip. And in this case, she's actually on third now because of the overthrow and gets past the catcher. Oh, it is 1-0. Missed tie. That gets past the outfielders. That was a nice hit there. She'll get a double. With a wide view there, I don't think you could see it. So that scores another run. So Newcastle's up 2-0. Runner on second base. Swing and a miss. Gets past the catcher. And she'll advance to third. So you have a runner on third base. Catcher's got to be a wall back there. That's a hit. That is gone. Home run. So that'll be a 2-run shot there. So that is 4-0 Newcastle. Bottom of the first, and here comes the coach for a meeting in the circle. So our small ball podcast starts up November. We'll start seeing um, interviews coming up and different things for softball related things in Beaver County. This is um, our list of interviews that we're going to do with high school seniors in Beaver County. So there's a long list here. We have, I think, 12 or 13 girls that we're going to interview. The first year we did this, we only had 3 girls do an interview. And the second year, which was last year, we had 6 girls, 7 girls, something like that. And then this year, I opened up the door and I just asked whatever seniors want to interview, let me know. And there was a bunch of them that let me know. But it'll be fun. And I changed the format too with the interview, so I won't have to edit as much. We're going to stick to the questions and just get through them. And, I just won't have to edit too much of it. A lot of times when it was kind of an open interview, it kind of drug on a little bit longer than what it could have, and I had to cut out a lot of stuff. So this year I'm just going to focus on some fun questions and see how it goes. So it should be good. And the girls really like it. And I think I'm gonna first pitch is a ball. I think I'm gonna have like a contest to see who gets the most views, and I'll have some gift form. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'll figure that out. There's a strike there on the swing, so we got 1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls and a strike. This is number 9, De Gennaro, batting for Newcastle. You just joined us. You missed a 2-run shot to put Newcastle up 4-0 on Riverside here in our first inning. Gets the out at first. Nice play. So that'll be the first out. Riverside did change their pitcher, so we have number 29 Sterner now in the circle. Number 23, Rose for Newcastle. It's inside. Missed high, ball four. Yeah, she threw 4 straight balls on that batter. All right, so we got Rose on first base, and number 10, Shields, is batting. And 1 out. That's a shot. And that's going to get past the outfielders. And she's going to be safe at third. Or is she out? No, she's third. She's safe. I thought they threw her out. I saw her walk. I saw someone walk back to the bench. I thought it was her. All right, so we have second and third on a double by Shields. And it brings up Jay, number 29. Swing and a miss. Or maybe a tip. It was a tip. There's a ball play. Third, throws to first. Play it home. It's going to get her. Double play. It's a nice play. But Newcastle already made the damage. 4-0 after 1. We'll be right back. Sure, with the Steeler game on now, we're not getting many views at the moment. But yeah, so the Small Ball Podcast, my first interview is going to be Peyton Kimberlin from Blackhawk. So looking forward to that. We've already been talking about possible dates to do the interview. So we'll do the interview, then I'll edit it, make sure it's the way we want it, and then it gets posted, and it will be released on the third Sunday of November. And that's that'll be Thanksgiving, I think. But yeah, that'll be a fun one. Peyton is a senior this year, and she had a really great career with Blackhawk. Blackhawk has a good team this year that should be making some noise in that section, and see if they can get deeper into the playoffs with the seniors that they have, Peyton being one of them. All right, so we have number 17, Burry, now batting for Riverside. There's a hard hit, and that's going to be a single. That was a nice hit coming right at you. So Riverside has, I almost said their first base runner, but I think it's their second base runner. So batting now, number 99, Hoover. There's a pop-up to second base, makes the play. That'll be the first out. Runner stayed at first. looks like Newcastle pulled their starting pitcher probably to save it for the championship game. Now that they got a decent lead here on Riverside. Batting for Riverside is number 15, Stockman. It's a ball in play. Throws the first, gets the out. Runner stays at second base. So we have runner on second here, 2 outs, and we have number 32, Fryer, batting. There's a pop up, and first makes the play. That's a tough play there. The first made it happen. I almost think the second baseman should have been a little bit more aggressive, but first made the play. So we have no score for Riverside still, and we'll be back with the bottom of the second. With me doing these streams, I see a lot of plays where, um, you know, you can use them for like educational purposes. So what I'm going to do is when I see those types of plays, I'm going to call it the softball coaching playbook and post these videos or these clips. And I don't know if I'm going to talk about the play or just write about it on the post or what I'm going to do, but I'll figure that out. But it's going to be called softball coaching playbook, and we'll do more of that next spring. I posted one video on Facebook of my daughter playing at Youngstown this past weekend, and she made a real nice play to cut off a ball in the outfield. And I know the outfielders don't get a lot of love as far as coaching and developing them, especially at the younger ages. And there's a lot to be learned in the outfield position, and it's very important position the older you get, especially when girls hit the ball further and further in the outfield. But I'll do more of that starting next season. Just think it's something that would be interesting for some people, coaches, parents, players, whatever. So batting now for Newcastle is number 40, Dwyer. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. That'll be the first out for Riverside. I was curious. I know last year Riverside was kind of an adjustment year. They lost their ace, left-handed Sam Rosenberger. She went down to Barry University, and she was a good one. So losing her, I'm sure Riverside felt it. Last year was kind of a transition year for them, and this year looks like they have a couple of okay pitchers. This girl here looks pretty good to me. Sterner, number 29. Batting for Newcastle is number 30, Stauksinski. I can't say that name. She's 1 for 1 though, top of the order. Trying to put the ball in play there. She is pretty quick. Got to be fast to be a slapper. You got to run in the 2.7 range. If you're not running 2.7 or faster, you probably shouldn't be a slapper. You can be a slapper when you're younger, but as you get older, you gotta be fast. Last year, my daughter was at Youngstown, and she actually lost a step or two because she didn't focus much on her speed over the winter. I don't know why they did this, but she was working out with like the catchers. And there's ball 4. And her speed went from a 2.7 range, sometimes 2.6, to 2.8, 2.9 range. And she ended up having to not play small ball as much as she did in previous levels. So that fraction of a second or two really make a difference from being safe or out, especially at the higher levels. Stolen base attempt, and she'll be there on a wild throw. She going 3. She'll go 3. She's fast and aggressive. Good combination. Dead ball foul. Let's see if I can get a replay on that. Is she out or did he? Not sure. Ooh, there's a hit. Nice play. And of course I can't get that. She did drop it, I think. Trying to, my daughter's texting me about getting on our Xfinity account to watch the game. I'm like, don't you know I'm doing something? Okay, so we have a score of 5-0 as I've been distracted. There was a nice play in the outfield by Danny Rosenberger, and of course I didn't have it on the camera, but I think she dropped the ball and scored a run. So it was ball 4. Runners on first and third. 1 out. And we have Mangieri up. She's 1 for 1. Stolen base attempt. pickoff attempt at third, but she's going to get back in time. So you have runners on. I want to see if yeah, so that ball that Danny dove for, she didn't finish the play. She made a nice attempt. I couldn't see if she caught it or not, but that's when they scored that fifth run. Miss Lowe. So we got runners on second and third, one out. There's a nice hit. Throws it in, and one run will score. It's a nice throw there by the outfielder. So there's runners on. Did they score 2 runs? No, there's a runner on second and third. So they scored 1 run on that one hit. And then we have number 9, De Janeiro, and she hit the ball. So the out was made. I didn't see it. Why am I having such trouble today? Probably because my cameras are not set up the way they typically are. There's a ball high. So we have runners on third base here. Score is now 7-0. And the last play was a ground out. So the runner on third, managing, she's looks like she's a Panther recruit, Pitt Panther recruit. I think she's the one that hit the home run, yeah. Makes sense. So that's why Newcastle's decent. They got 2 D1 players on their team. You don't see that very much around here anyway. Travel teams maybe, but not high school teams. Missed high. Runner's going to take off to second. There's a hit. Short makes a nice play. And I didn't have that on video. But she made a nice play to stop that ball. And that saved a run, actually. Another run. And she tried to get the out at third, but wasn't in time. But if she didn't make that play like that, that's scoring another run. So it was a nice play. I'm trying to fix third base. These fields, whenever you do tournaments on them, they get beat up And you figure they had games going since this morning, so. And typically, high school, this is a high school field, so they take care of them usually, in between games, regular season games, but they don't have the time or resources to do it now, so it's just straight up beating on the field. There's a swing and a miss. This is Jay, number 29. She's 0 for 1. Foul ball out of play. Score is now 8-0 in favor of Newcastle. We were running behind in time, but maybe this game's going to get some of that time back. I don't know what their mercy rules are. Hit. Back to first. Nice play. Didn't have to switch cameras, so I caught that one. Nice play. All right, so that was the bottom of the second. So we'll be back here with the top of the third. Newcastle's up big, 8-0. Okay, so this is big news here. We did have a store on Etsy, but I wasn't getting much traffic that way, so I ended up going to eBay instead, and I seem to be getting a lot more traffic generated. And I have a lot of older things that I've laying around a house that I really don't need or use anymore. So a lot of those are getting posted on there to sell, and all that money that I sell, like baseball cards and that kind of thing, I'm going to flip them back into the network. So just another way to generate some revenue for the network. And there's a couple big things that I'd like to get. One is that Starlink, the Starlink mobile. Hopefully we'll have that by next spring, and then that'll resolve some of my network issues that I deal with from game to game. There's a pop-up, and that's going to fall in front of me, and she'll be safe. So runner on first base, that was Danny Rosenberger. That was low. She went after it though. Foul ball. This is number 9, Friello. But yeah, the eBay store. There's a couple things that I want to get, so I'm trying to generate the revenue any way I can. Big ticket item. And that's going to be caught by third. And I missed it, of course, because it was so quick. And a runner on first almost got caught. Getting doubled up. And I missed that too. So I'm doing great. Missed inside. Did you call that a strike? It was a delayed call, whatever it was. See, with this equipment not working right today, it took my mic behind home plate, so it's hard to follow the game now out here in center field. It was called strike, so we have a 1-on-1 count on number 13, Ewing. It's a called strike, 1-2. But yeah, the Starlink, that'll solve a lot of my streaming issues that I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it. It's $500, $50 a month. It's not too bad. Football. And right now I'm paying, I think, $30 a month for Verizon, and then when I have to use other SIM cards, those are just temporary. So it'll be like $50 a month just to use them. So. And that's going to be double play. Nice play. I didn't know if I was going to switch it or not, but I figured if a short was there, we're going to see her, and we did. Nice play. All right. Bottom of the third inning. We'll be right back. All right, so here's a pretty big announcement. So, New Brighton got themselves a new softball coach, and many people in this area knows who he is. It's Anthony Ross. So he'll be the next New Brighton head softball coach starting in 2025. He was the head coach at Quaker Valley for I don't know how many seasons, but he was coaching there for a while. Then he had a break. He didn't coach anywhere other than his travel teams for a couple years, and then he ended up taking the position at New Brighton. So pretty exciting for him. I haven't seen anything posted on that publicly from Times Online or anywhere on Facebook, so I wanted to get it out there. It's going to be in my next newsletter, and then I'll post these pictures here soon on Facebook. But congratulations, Anthony. Okay, so we have number 4, Dwyer, batting now for Newcastle, and we have Cummings pitching for Riverside. I don't remember if she started or if it was her sister. No way, it was Fryer that started. So Cummings is this is her first pitch this game, and they made a nice play to get her out at first. Nice play by third. That kind of was a slow moving play, but they got it. So that's the first out here. Now, top of the fourth. Did I change the inning? Of course I didn't. I'll do it after this pitch. So Riverside has 3 pitchers. if you don't have one dominant pitcher, it's good to have three quality pitchers so you can play matchups. There's a foul ball. I'm going to update the scoreboard there so we have fourth inning here. So this is Stalzinski. This is her third at bat, and I still can't pronounce her name, so I'm doing good. This is a slapper. She has a couple stolen bases, pretty quick. Foul ball. I like to look at slappers and point some things out, but this girl's pretty good. I really don't have much advice for her if she ever watches this. Keep doing what you're doing, I guess. Called strike three. It's a nice pitch. Froze her. That's tough there. I mean, that's where most pitchers attack slappers, is the outside part of the plate in the river out there. And if that umpire's giving you the river, as a batter, you gotta hopefully that you guess right. And a lot of times you don't. Especially in high school, because that strike zone it's pretty big. You get into college, they're a little bit more picky. But in high school, it's a pretty big strike zone, typically. Not all the time, but typically. It gets tighter when you get into the playoffs, of course, but so we have 2 outs, and this is Mangieri batting, number five. She's 2 for 2. This is the girl that hit the home run. Solid. She's a Pitt recruit, which is pretty exciting for her. To see Pitt is starting to recruit more locally, which they didn't do. There's a ball back to the pitcher, and she's going to bobble it. It was kind of had a weird spin to it. That is a tough play there. What are we doing? Courtesy runner. I wonder where's she play at? Let's see. Catcher. They gave her a hit. I would have gave her an error, but that's just me. If you're going to Pitt, you don't need cheap hits like that. Oh, this girl's going to Cleveland State. And that leadoff batter, I think she's good enough to go somewhere too. I don't know how big she'll go, but it's a nice hit. Another diving attempt, but it's going to fall. And she threw it to third and should have threw it to second. It's a base running there by the batter. Got to keep those runners on off second base. Okay, so we have second and third. And that gets past the catcher. This is a short backstop, so this is another Mangieri. So is this the pit recruit? The other girl wasn't. Yeah, this is the girl who hit the home run. But the other, her sister, she's 2 for 3 herself. These girls are hitting top of this order. It's going to be fun this next game. There's a swing and a miss. Lexi Haynes is a real deal pitcher. So these girls shouldn't hit her as well as they're hitting these girls. But it should be a good game. Nice block by the catcher. Called strike. So we are 2 minutes away from the championship game schedule. So I don't think we're going to get there. That is a shot. And it's foul ball, out of play. Missed high, ball 4. Loads the bases. Not sure what the mercy rules are. Called strike. It's slow. You have the Mangieri sisters on the corners. I wonder if they're twins or if they're... I don't know much about them. Actually, I think I can see that. See, I don't like Game Changer because you can't see anything with their names. If you have a player's name that's more than 5 letters, you're not going to see it. I don't even know where that's at. Oh, it was caught. Third out. So Riverside gets out of that. I don't know. I think third or short made that catch. I missed it totally off the screen. All right. We'll be back with the top of the 5th inning, I believe. Yep. Looks like they're getting out there. So top of 5. We'll be right back. All right, here's another announcement for a new coach in the Beaver County area. It's Brittany McKittrick. She'll be coaching Central Valley starting in the spring. Actually, she probably already started now, but she has a background of playing. Um, she's like, let me get back to the game here. First pitch is a called strike, but yeah, she played out in Arizona at JUCO, and her team won 2 national championships, and she was inducted into the Hall of Fame for that school. That was a hot hit. I think it almost hit the coach. But yeah, she was inducted into the Hall of Fame at this college. So she had a really successful college career. Then I don't know why she moved out here. I don't know that story about her, but I know she's involved with a youth program here at Central Valley, and she has a daughter who just finished 8U this year, so she's younger. And Brittany, I think Brittany's going to bring a lot of good to that program. They had a couple down years these past few years, but you need to bring someone that has a different vision, improved culture, all that stuff. So Brittany brings it. I'm excited to see what Central Valley does with her. Yeah, so 2 new coaches here in Beaver County. That ball's in play. Nice play by Short, and she's just going to eat it. Nice play to catch at. That's in the 5-6 hole. I mean, those types of balls out there, if that base runner has any kind of speed, there's not many girls that can throw out a runner deep in that 5-6 hole like that. That was a nice play, though. So we have nobody out here. Runner on first base. And it's Ava Cummings at first, and then Josie Cummings at batting up here. That gets past the catcher. The runner will advance to second base. Catcher was in the way. I'm sorry, not the catcher, the umpire. Missed high. So we got 2 balls and 1 strike. Foul ball out of play. Full count. I think I said there was 2 balls. There was 3 balls last pitch. There's another foul ball out of play. There are no outs. Runner on second base. Another foul. Another foul. Another foul. You can see Riverside, they're not giving up. Down by 8, late in the game, late with time. That is another ball out of play. I think it's just like a 12 pitch bat or something. That ball is going to be hit to third, and they get the out at first. I didn't switch over because I knew I was going to be too slow. So there's one out. Runner on third base now. No. No, she's still at second. That shot is through, and it's going to score a run. It does. Puts Riverside on the board. There's another hit that's going to fall. Oh, and they got her out at second. It's a tough play. Those balls that are hit hard to right field, like line drives, it really makes it tough to make that play. I don't know what's the discussion on. I don't know what to talk about. 8-1 is the score. And like I said, time has to be coming an issue here real soon. Line drive foul. There's a hit. That was caught. So that'll be 2 outs. I think I was caught by first, maybe? Hard for me to see. So that is 2 outs. Foul ball. The batting for Riverside is Stockman, number 15. Miss Ty. One and one's a count. 2 outs. There's another foul ball. I have to imagine that this is going to be the last inning. It almost has to be with the time. This could be Riverside's last out. Miss Ty. Evens the count at 2. This next game is going to be fun. If you aren't doing anything, better watch it. It's going to be a good one. Called strike 3. So let's see. Are they going to line up? Looks like it, yes. So that is the game. So Newcastle beats Riverside 8-1. And that sets up a fun matchup between a Clemson pitcher against a Pitt and Cleveland State recruit bat. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. So we'll be back live probably around, I would think, 5:30. So just watch for it on a network and we'll catch you then.